Welcome back to Globe Bank for the return of a legend, the Season 12 World Champion, Blocks, taking on second in the Liberty League, defending conference champion, also one-time world champion, Noob. Two players emerging in different eras. Season 1 versus Season 13 were their rookie years. Now down to fight an equal matchup. This matchup set to be a good one. Both teams have great defenses as proven in their previous games. Jamestown lost out on the first seed rights after Onondaga lost 20-27 to the Rochester Express, who were on a comeback campaign. And now, all the Jacks have left to play for before the playoffs is bragging rights. And it would maybe help the stat sheet. Last year, Wrangler barely missed out on Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. Will he try for it again? He's already been having a marvelous defense campaign with the record for the most turnover on downs forced in games in a row with 6. Can he keep the streak going? That is the question. Kickoff shortly. And folks, we have quite the matchup. On paper, this may not seem like very important in the playoff picture, but Onondaga, after falling, this is about as crucial as it gets. The scoreboard's incorrect. They do have a loss. They're 1-1 right now. Baltimore are 5-1. They hold tiebreaker over Baltimore. Onondaga need to win 4 games in this stretch of a few days before the playoffs if they want the first seed. Another win would put them in second seed contention. Everything is on the line for Blocks. Maybe not so much for Wrangler. Now, we will be back here. Con Sports coverage will be back as the Jacks, for the second year in a row, host the number 3 seeded Tigers. Assuming Montreal doesn't win 3 games. And we're almost ready for kickoff here. Looks like Jamestown set to receive. The band's playing It's a High Spirit Night with high attendance. Jacks games and Bells games always draw crowds. It's a pleasure to see these two teams playing tonight. Wranglers. Both teams are coming off tough losses. Wrangler is coming off a win. However, he did lose out on the first seed rights, but that's not dampening his spirit. Looking to get up to 5-3. Blocks kicks off. He's gonna down the ball at the 39. The ref being disruptive. Already terrible ref work. Let me see the field. First down, trying to draw Blocks offsides, will not work. He's a very disciplined player. Jukes him out. He's got the first down on a first play of the game. He already gets the first down, which was unlikely, but Blocks had the wrong speed. I mean, you see him making rookie mistakes. Charges forward, does not get much there. That turf field tripping him, providing the exact opposite of home field advantage. Hukas getting in the way. Wrangler rolls out to the left. There is lag on the play. Not flag, lag as there's a world play save and a redo. Second and 20. After a short run to start it off, it was world play save. Second and 20. Noob, angle to the side, jukes him out. Another good run. Pushes forwards, the tip helps him. That's going to be third and short. Noob's going to need to pull off some defensive stops against this great offense here. Sorry, Blocks is going to have to, but so is Noob. Gets tipped back, but he gets the first down. That's going to bring up first and goal. Opportunity for the score. Oh, the juke does not work. Needs to pull something else out of the playbook. It's second and goal. Had to be pushed back a yard. Lets in the touchdown. Jamestown's first of the night as they put 6 on the board. There's going to be a redo. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. There will be a redo. Not quite yet a touchdown, but it's looking like it. No redo. That's a touchdown for Jamestown. Again, jukes him for the extra point. And I mean, all night you see, if you can follow this yellow block, he'll start a snap here. Rolls out to the left, quickly jukes to the right. Gets him almost all the time, except for that stop on first and goal. Great work by Noob to start off this game. We'll be back here in a few days to host Cincinnati and Jamestown as they play in their second wild card game here in Glowbank in a row. And RSN will be broadcasting the Liberty Championship. That's going to have to be redone in Rochester. Noob, having won the Liberty League last season, he is a force to be reckoned with. No laughing matter here as he gets the kick up, and it's... The ref is saying at the 1. Very interesting call here from the ref. Blocks is not accepting this. We've got to play eventually. Interesting spotting for the ref. First down in a tricky spot. Gets decent yardage. Priority number 1 when you're deep in your own territory. Oh! Tackle for loss. That's going to bring up third and long. Now he's disputing the call. Third and long. This is punt territory. And he avoids punt territory. Gets a great run up to the 49. Any fear this offense had is now gone. Blocks his first breakaway of the game. And you see Blocks doing the opposite thing that Wrangler does. Wrangler goes left and cuts right. Blocks does the exact opposite. As you saw there on that first down play. Not quite first and goal. First and 25. Blocks trying to draw him off sides. Moves side to side. Gets a phase. Tip back. 10-yard gain. That's going to bring up second and 15. Thought he had something to say there. Noob locked in, but also lagging. World place save. This is the last play of the first quarter. Blocks already in scoring range. He will not get there. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Now time for the second quarter. Punches it in almost immediately for the touchdown. Blocks responds. Gets the extra point. 9 for 10 on the year so far. Of course, 6 of them after that perfect offensive game. Might have been one of the best a player's had this season. Other than, Rochester's 43-point performance side. I'd like to brag. Tied up at 7, though. I don't know what's going on here. Jamestown has all 3 timeouts remaining. Blocks the kick. We'll keep an eye on the sideline. This is the perfect angle for kickoffs, I feel. Goes in the air. Will cross the 50. Blocks should down it. Ooh, terrible. Terrible start for this special teams. Great start for Jamestown. That's going to be out of the 50. First down, Jacks. Noob with great scoring, great field position, and time on his hands. If Blocks is a little lenient on defense, he can get a second drive out of this before the half. Noob ready for offense. Blocks getting ready to paint the scoreboard. Blocks pulling the trump card like in The Apprentice and saying, "You're fired." 1st and 10, jukes him out again. I said this last time. It was Baltimore and Cincinnati. I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And guess what I'm about to say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that was an offsides. Better fix that. He did just barely go offsides. I did see that. Miles is actually right on this. That's going to bring up 2nd and long. Blocks in need of a defensive stop. Ooh, the tip does not get him the extra yard back. 3rd and long. Field goal range. Blocks is just pissed off at me. Please stop. That hurts my feelings. He's going to need a stop of some sort here. 3rd and long. Noob under pressure on his home turf. Jukes him out. Gets. Blocks is there to stop it. 4th and long. He's going to try for the fake field goal. His only the half. With this distance, you might as well just kick it, but you can't. Oh! In the face helps him. Momentum has been in Jamestown's way this drive despite that offside penalty. 1st and goal. We've got a Bells fan here. The reigning world champion Ari looking for a repeat. Stuck in the 2nd seed. If Blocks wins tonight, he takes over the 2nd seed. Game has little to no implications for Jamestown, but it has all the implications for the National League, at least for the 2nd and 3rd playoff race. He's getting the taser? Well, if you want to see him with a taser, get ready for a much longer game. As we have the reincarnation of Phillip Rivers. And, okay, what? Quite frankly, a disappointing end to this match. This is not what we expected. In his third game back, he rage quits. Highly disappointing. Jamestown gets the win. They move to 5-3. No implications for their playoff odds. "9-7 is your final. Onondaga moves to 1-2 on the season. Jamestown finishes off at 5-3. You'll see them in the wild card hosting Cincinnati right here at Globe Bank. And you might see Onondaga in Portland in the playoffs instead of the other way around. Well, possibly one of, if not the last game of the Con Sports regular season. Not too much of a thriller for Christmas Day, but nonetheless, happy holidays. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.